finally, obviously, open source intelligence is really played a crucial role in your research and analysis of China's maritime activities. So, what did Sea Light track and decipher in what's going on today in China's activities in the Yellow Sea? And more broadly, talk about the role of open source intelligence in geopolitical reporting.
Yeah, I really think we're going to see more and more, let 100 flowers bloom, as it were, in maritime open source intelligence, or OSINT. So, as I mentioned at the top, we became very intrigued when we started reading news reports of steel structures. And as you said, what are they? What are we talking about here? And of course, at first, the our dilemma was it's just very hard to go grid by grid, throughout the entire Yellow Sea, looking at commercial satellite imagery, trying to find something that might look like a steel structure that has no description, right? You know, so eventually what we found was that there was a report on the actual research vessel, the Korean research vessel that went out to look at these structures on a particular date, the 27th of February. And that gave us what we needed, because then we just had to track where that went. And of course, we found that where it went also met with several China Coast Guard vessels. And we said, okay, now we know where to look. And so once we were able to do that, we were able to find the structures and then task out. And we're really grateful to our satellite imagery provider, Sky-Fi, for agreeing to. And by the way, it took a while because satellites don't necessarily take pictures over the water all the time, but eventually we were able to get a fantastic shot, which we were able to share not only with the media and but also to put out on our own website. I've enjoyed seeing all the pictures that have since emerged, because now we've got the surface level pictures that were put out by members of the Korean Parliament and those kinds of things. But it was kind of a really fun exercise. It was almost like a treasure hunt, and not all of us speak Mandarin like you do, Bonnie. So I was stuck with old Google Translate, trying to go back and forth and figure out what the names of these aquaculture cages were, and it was really fun, actually, as far as just finding out. It was like this process of discovery, and it's one of those things that makes OSINT so enjoyable.
Well, we've been talking with Ray Powell, who is Director Sea Light at Stanford University's Gordian Knot Center for National Security Innovation and the co-host of the podcast, Why Should We Care About the Indo-Pacific? I want to thank you, Ray, for all of the really terrific work that you're doing, and thanks for being on China Global.
Thanks. And of course, we're going to have you on our podcast, and we thank you in advance for agreeing to it, even though you haven't already.
I look forward to it. Take care.